Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Charles here from the CG Sports Podcast, and today I got another quick video for you guys. Now today we are going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers, of course the defending NBA champions, and we're just going to talk about they've been on a little bit of a losing streak lately. I feel like a lot of people have been having some mixed feelings about them, so I'm just going to give you guys some of my insight on that. So I'm not going to waste any of your time. Let's get right into it. So of course, as we all know, the Lakers are currently on a 3-game losing streak. They lost to the Wizards 127 to 124. They lost to the Heat 96 to 94, and then they lost to the Nets 109 to 98. Now I know a lot of people are really starting to question the Lakers now. Oh, are they going to go back to back? How far are they going to go in the playoffs? All these other questions. I'm going to give you guys my take on it. So the first thing I want to talk about, let's just look at these games individually, at least for LeBron, because I feel like a lot of people are saying, oh, LeBron, he can't do it on his own. He can't do it on his own, this and that, and saying he's not doing enough. All right, so they played the Wizards. LeBron had 31 points, 9 rebounds, 13 assists, which is a very good game for him. Almost a triple-double there. And they only lost by 3 points. Next, you play the Heat. You lose 96 to 94. I will admit LeBron did not show out in this game. He had 19 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. Still almost a triple-double, but the points, it definitely was not enough. And that's the first time Bron's been under 20 points, I believe, in a very long time. And then the game to the Nets, obviously they lost by 11, 109 to 98, but LeBron had 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. So my point is, you can't really be blaming Bron for this. He's doing what he can. He's playing to his full potential right now. Now, obviously, as we all know, the Lakers were the 2 seed just behind the Utah Jazz, and they actually fell to the 3 seed. And the Clippers move up to number 2. They're half a game behind the Clippers, 3.5 games behind the Jazz, who have been red hot this season. Now, I'm going to give my take on why the Lakers have been struggling. Now, of course, we all know Anthony Davis has a calf injury. He hasn't played in the last 3 games. He's supposed to be out for the next 2 weeks, which is not going to be good. So, obviously, it's going to be a continuous struggle. But another thing that I feel a lot of people are sleeping on is they haven't had Dennis Schroder playing as well. So, let's just talk about each player individually. Starting off with Anthony Davis. Of course, we know he's a phenomenal post scorer. He can stretch the floor. He sets nice screens. He's a decent passer for being a center. And, of course, as we all know, he's the second scoring option as well as a elite paint defender. Now, look at these scores for a second. Let's just talk about, they lost to the Wizards by 3 points. You're not going to tell me that having Anthony Davis on the floor, both offensively and defensively, that he would not make up for those 3 points and more. You look at the Wizards game, Russell Westbrook had 32 points. Not a single three-pointer scored. All his points were scored inside the three-point line. Majority of them were really layups and dunks. You're going to tell me that AD isn't going to play a part in that, make those stops, and not let Westbrook score 32? Of course he is, because Davis is a way better paint defender than Marc Gasol, and that's a fact. He would have done a way better job of containing Russell Westbrook. And then even if you want to go look at the Miami Heat game, Bam Adebayo, he had 16 points. Obviously, it's nothing crazy, but AD, I promise you, could have stopped a couple of those. And Jimmy Butler, he had 24 points, leading the Heat in scoring. He did not score a single 3. All his points were scored inside the three-point line. Another situation where if you have Anthony Davis on the floor, he's not gonna give up as many easy buckets down low. And of course, you got to keep in mind his scoring ability too. He's not just playing defense and stopping the other team from scoring. He's scoring himself. He's a force in the post, and when teams have to double or put extra pressure on him, it opens up the rest of the floor. And that's a big part of the Lakers' offense that I feel like is very underappreciated. Now, the other guy, of course, is Dennis Schroder. Now, Dennis Schroder, I feel a really underrated part of his game is his ability to score with the ball in his hand. When the Lakers are playing, obviously LeBron and AD can score at will. Dennis Schroder is that guy. The second LeBron leaves the floor, Dennis Schroder is the guy. He facilitates the offense. He's a great passer, a great scorer, and he really just runs the offense when LeBron is not on the floor, and he plays a big part of it because without him, the second LeBron leaves the court, they have no one there that could really run an offense. Dennis Schroder, of course, has experience being this main guy, of course, in Atlanta, and even little parts of OKC, when he was coming off the bench when Westbrook stepped off. He has experience being the primary ball handler and running offenses. He does it well. So without him, these last 3 games, the second LeBron leaves the floor, they really haven't had a guy leading the offense, just making things happen, setting up everybody else. So I feel like that's been a big problem that the Lakers have been facing the last 3 games without him. And as if not having AD was bad enough, you get rid of their best bench scorer. It's just, they're not in a good situation. Now let's talk about their upcoming game. Of course, we know they're about to play the red-hot Utah Jazz. who are currently in first place in the West, are not going to have AD or Dennis Schroder yet again, who's still out with COVID. Now, what I want to know is, if they come close in this game, can we compare this to the other three of, you know, where, oh, if they had AD or if they had Dennis Schroder, they would have won? And the answer to that is absolutely. If the Lakers can keep it close, I think this game is going to be a big test for them. Of course, this is the top seed in the West. This is the team that everyone thinks is going to be able to take down the Lakers because, of course, they're the #1 seed. But I think if the Lakers could keep it close like they did in their last 3 games, we have reason to believe that they could win this game when they're healthy, when they have AD and Dennis Schroder back. We have full reason to believe that with those two, they would win as long as they keep it close. If they get blown out the water, then we can't say that anymore. But if they keep this game within 10 points, we have full reason to believe that with Dennis Schroder and Anthony Davis back, that they would win the game. So just to conclude for you guys, I really feel like this losing streak is nothing to freak out about. It's simply due to the lack of scoring ability when LeBron leaves the floor, and Anthony Davis's defensive presence and his offensive scoring ability. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate you guys checking this video out and watching it. I should be dropping another video. Probably tomorrow we'll drop another one. I'm trying to daily upload. I know I missed yesterday, but I'm going to try and stick with the daily uploads. So that's going to do it for this one. Make sure you guys follow up on my socials. Those will be in the description. Especially follow up my Twitch. We are commentating Madden games, doing gaming streams, just chilling, having a good time. And I will catch y'all boys in the next one. Peace.